All right, guys. So today I want to talk about the gear that I started fly fishing with because you see a lot of videos online about fly fishing, about gear, about all this stuff, and fly fishing even has the reputation of being an expensive sport, an expensive hobby to get into. And I don't know about you guys, but I don't have a lot of money, extra money, right? So I got into it as cheap as I possibly could. I've upgraded a little bit, still not super crazy expensive stuff. So I'm just going to go through my stuff right now. So the rod that I started with was a Hobbs Creek 8 foot 6 5 weight. It's a three piece rod. It came preloaded with fly line, leaders, everything came just like you see it here, right? You can tell it's been used quite a bit, right? Now, this is a good rod to start out with. Why? Because at Bass Pro, this rod, reel and line, everything together, it's like 60 bucks. Okay. So if you want to just try the sport out, you don't know if you're going to like it, you don't know what's going to happen, any of that kind of stuff, it's a good place to start just to see if you're going to like it. I'd also recommend starting with a 5 weight. They go from 0 to 10. 5 is right in the middle. You're trout fishing, small bass, panfish, pretty much anything where I live, a 5 weight can handle it. All right, so the next thing that I got when I first started was the White River Fly Shop's chest pack. I bought this on Amazon. This is separate. It's very handy though. It's a just a magnetic thing you can put you can put flies on it, right? So you don't lose them when you're changing flies on the water. Got that on Amazon. It's Cling brand, just a little magnetic holder. But back to the pack. The chest pack, right? Plenty big enough, right? I even used, well, you can still see there's a fly on there, right? I used this to hold my flies before I got the magnetic holder, right? My front pocket here, I would use for my extra leaders, okay? And in the back pocket, the bigger pocket, I would put my floatant, my dry shake, and my fly boxes in the bigger pocket there. That is what I put my tippet on. I also got this on Amazon. They do sell these, Cabela's, Bass Pro, whatever, but they're cheaper on Amazon. And to just hold a spool of small fishing line, you don't need nothing crazy. It also on the back has a loop, right? So this would be in the middle of my back. I got this loop on here, and that is for the next piece, which is your net. Now, the net, I can't remember how much this cost. White River also from Cabela's, but they do have cheaper options. But I specifically wanted a rubber net, right, for trout, not to damage the slime coating. The loop on the back of the chest pack right here is for this, right? You hook that in the loop there. So this hangs in your back out of the way, right? You don't have to worry about getting caught on it when you're casting or anything. Catch a fish, grab the handle of your net, pull it, the magnet breaks, you scoop up your fish, unhook it, throw it back, and you just got to get it close. It's a really strong magnet, so you just got to get it pretty close, and it will snap back into place and suspend your net back off your back. Okay, next thing that I bought to start was, now the pieces are missing. I've got them in my other bag right now. But White River fly box, okay, it comes empty, obviously, but the fly box with the tools in it. We had a leader straightener, the little, I can't remember what they're called. These things. And the retractor, and then nippers, okay? And because this box has more of a high lid on it, right, I can put my dry flies in there without smashing them down. See how that keeps them safe, but not smashing them down. I also bought this slimmer one for my nymphs and wet flies because they typically don't have as much volume. This is a lot easier to carry. So that is what I started with, okay? All of that together, I think when I put it in my cart on Cabela's website, was probably around $100, $150 maybe. Not bad for fly fishing. I've since upgraded a little bit. So what I carry now, okay, I still use these. Obviously, they have flies in them, right? But I use these to store things at home. What I use when I'm on the water, same net, okay? The net and the net holder has not changed. I've switched over. Where's that? There it is. To a White River. It's hard to see. White River Sink 8'6" 4-weight, right? Graphite rod. Again, this comes from Cabela's Bass Pro, right? Come with a reel, came with a line. I like the handle on this a little better. It's more comfortable in the hand, okay? I like the way that the reel looks better. Not that that's really that important, but the fit and finish is just a little nicer. Okay, the next upgrade that this has over the Hobbs Creek is, this is a disc drag. Listen. Okay, tightening and loosening, right? And when I'm spinning, it free spins one way, and the drag, right, is the other way. The Hobbs Creek, it has a drag knob. I've tried to mess with it a little bit. It's really kind of an on-off type thing, right? But it's a click paw reel, so no matter which way you spin it, it's going to click, okay? Not bad, but I do prefer this. This also has the benefit of I can buy spools to fit it if I need to, for some reason, change. Say I wanted to fish some streamers, that's all I was going to do that day. This is a floating line, right? I could potentially, I don't have one, but I could buy a spool, put sink tip line on it, right, if I just wanted to fish specifically streamers. Okay. The White River also comes with a hard case, right, to carry it and all its pieces in. The Hobbs Creek does not come with any type of case. The next thing that I bought and upgraded to was this Yakota Supply utility pack. Okay. This is still not super expensive. They have a more expensive version. I think this one on the Labor Day sale, I think was right around $40 maybe. Don't quote me on that, but I think that's right. It came with its own tippet holder, okay? I only carry 2 rolls of tippet, 5X and 6X. That's all I need, okay? Has a fly holder on it, so, you know, I could still use this potentially, but this works just fine. Super slim front pocket. I carry nippers, blood knot tool, and what I use really this pretty much exclusively for is the hook eye cleaner, right? Clean some resin and super glue out of the hook eyes so I can get my line in there. Also, Oros strike indicators. When I first started fly fishing, okay, it was early summer, late spring, okay. I wanted to fish dry flies so bad, couldn't cast very well. It just wasn't working out for me. Trout, super picky, right? I go to my local park, same one that's in one of my videos, and I start indicator fishing with nymphs for panfish. That's what really got my confidence up in my ability to use the fly rod, set the hook, learn to cast. Bluegill, they'll eat it. Anything, okay? If you can get it in front of them, they'll eat it. Okay, I also got, this is from Cabela's Fish Pond. It's a dry shake holder, right? This is to revive your dry flies once they get slimed or waterlogged. The utility pack does come with these little neat square carabiners here that lock. So I just hang that off of one of those. I also keep on here a knife, just because you always need one. These, they grab, and these are scissors down here, right? So I use these to cut, these to grab. Obviously they lock. This retractor came in this kit here, and these stay right there, easy access. I just keep this on here just in case, you know, wet, slimy hands, you drop them, you don't want to lose them. That's on there to catch it, okay? Inside, I keep my floatant, extra pack of leaders, which I think there's only one left in there. I probably need to, I got another pack somewhere I need to get out and put in here. But anyway, and the Yokota Supply Slim Tin. Okay, I joined their quarterly fly club. This comes with your first shipment of the quarterly fly club. It's stocked with the flies from the fly club, which this is one of. Okay, these are, I think these came in there too. Maybe those, I can't remember. Anyway, these are not the flies that came in the fly club. Some of these, most of these I tied, some of them I didn't. But I keep my bigger, you know, terrestrial things up here. My more delicate dry flies and my nymphs. One streamer, just in case, on the bottom. And it's tall enough that I can close it. And as you can see in these caddises here, they don't get smashed, right? That one did a little bit, but that's just because it was under that thing. But they don't get smashed, right? And it's slim, low profile, very lightweight. Fits perfectly in the bag. Boom, just like that. We have our two carabiners. We have belt loops. I can hang this on my pants. I can hang this on my waders. I've hung this from my GoPro chest strap, right? Pretty much hang it from anything, even if you just got to hang it from one, like that. And you're ready to rock and roll. So, if I'm going to the creek to trout fish one day, what am I taking with me? This stays packed, okay? If it's a spur of the moment trip, I grab it and go. If it's a planned trip, I will check the weather, check my hatch chart from Ventures Fly Company, and make sure I have flies in here that A, match the bugs that are hatching at this time of the year, and B, that I'm comfortable using. And, you know, if I've tied up some new patterns or something, maybe I just want to try them, see how well they work. Okay. So obviously I can't fit all of these in here. So I have to kind of take some out, put some in, build what I think is going to work for that day. Okay. So I grab this. I grab my net. And I grab my fly rod. Okay. See on the end there, maybe. White River Sink 8'6" 4-weight 4-piece rod. Hard case. Okay. So a day on the water for me looks like this. Maybe I wear my waders. Maybe I wear my muck boots. Maybe I wear Crocs and shorts. It just depends on exactly where I'm going and exactly what I plan on doing that day. But this stuff never changes. Okay. Other than my fly selection, this is what always goes with me. And I've never needed anything else. So if you want to get into fly fishing, you don't have a lot of money, nothing wrong with this rod, right? $60. Once you get used to that, once you get used to casting, you really think you're going to take the hobby up, you really like it, upgrading to a more, not even expensive rod. I got this on sale, Father's Day sale. It was $99, right? Came with a case, a lot nicer rod, casts a lot better, better line, better reel. I think regularly it's like 160, 170, right? Still from Cabela's. So again, you want to get into fly fishing, you don't have to go out, buy a bunch of stuff, spend a bunch of money. You can even, here I got over here. This is actually what I learned to cast with. It is, turn it around here, a rod that my grandfather gave me that was his dad's. It is a Daiwa 1345, and it has a Kmart reel on it, right? There's no telling how old this line is. It's got some red, probably 10-pound test mono as a leader, and it had a little popper on here when he let me have it, right? So it doesn't have a hook holder. So I just cut the tip of the hook off, the point and the barb, cut it off with some snips. Excuse me. Cut it off with some snips, bend it out a little so I could stick it in the cork handle. And I learned to cast with this rod in my front yard. That's why I cut the tip off the hook so I wouldn't get tangled up in the grass as much. But yeah, this is what I learned to cast with in the front yard. And then I moved up. So this was free, right? Moved up to the $60 Hobbs Creek, and then moved up to the White River Sink. Got on sale for $99, regularly $160. So you don't have to spend a bunch of money. And I could have fished with that Daiwa rod. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. Probably wanted to get it re-spooled, which I don't know how much that would be, but usually, I know fly line itself can be around $50 or $60 usually, and you can buy a whole new rod, reel, and line for that. So, and I didn't want to break that rod, being that it is a family heirloom of sorts. So, anyway, guys, that is what I use, and hopefully this gives you an idea of how easy it is to start. Get out there, try something new, and see how you like it.